I've witnessed Pastor Terry and his wife Janae visit sick members at various hospitals. One was as recent as last month at my current place of employment, Sloan Kettering. It really shows their dedication and their heart. Sometimes there aren't enough words to describe what people do, but when you see it for yourself, it really just puts everything into place. We are truly blessed to have Pastor Nate, Pastor Matt, and Terry as our pastors. They truly encourage us to pray and spend time in God's Word.
I'd like to take this opportunity to say thank you to our pastors and thank you to God for sending this particular leadership to his particular house of worship at Crossbridge. I would like to thank you, the pastors, for the direction they're taking the church, including community outreach of various forms, as well as showing the communities we served that we're unashamed of the gospel. I'd like to thank them for their kindness as well as biblical counseling.
First thing I think of when I think of Pastor Nate is probably the way he preaches, honestly. He's got that straight and to the point kind of attitude, no fluffing it up with needless stories. I mean, the key story that comes to mind about our pastoral staff is probably the day Pastor Nate stopped me dead in my tracks and looked at me straight in the face and was like, "How many thoughts did God have?" And I just kind of froze for a second and had to think about it. I turned around, I was like, "One, right?" He goes, "Yes, exactly, but now tell me why." And that kind of smacked me in the face a little bit. I was like, okay, gotta go. Give me 10 minutes, I'll have an answer for you. The greatest example of dedication when it comes to Pastor Matt is probably the fact that he's been the youth pastor at this church for close to 5 years now.
First off, he's really fun, and he's a very funny guy, and the way he teaches and everything, it's a really great way for us to learn. He does a very good job on explaining passages from the Bible and just telling us how that should apply to our lives.
Prior to his arrival here at Crossbridge, we had gone through 2 youth pastors in a matter of 2 years, and seeing that now almost 5 years later he's still relentless with his outreach to the youth, that's such a blessing. The pastors' wives are godly examples of what it means to be a follower of Christ, especially from a female perspective. They are what I strive to be.
Miss Kim is very, very nice, and she's very wonderful, and I love talking to her. Trina is absolutely fun, and it's like hanging out with one of my friends.
Oh, funny stories about Janae. Miss Janae, on the way home from Faith this past year, she got back in the van after a rest stop with coffee in her hand, and she was talking about how she's falling asleep, how she needs coffee to wake her up, but she goes, "Oh no, don't worry, it's decaf, but with 9 sugars." How is that gonna help? It's 2 a.m.
I just want to thank Pastor Matt, Pastor Terry, and Pastor Nate for being there for our church and being such a blessing to our church.